Alright, so today I have to sew some Pointe shoes. I figured I'd just do a little get to know me type thing while I do that. I have not sewn Pointe shoes in a long time. I danced ballet back in high school and I haven't been on Pointe since then. Luckily, I was able to find some ribbons and elastic from way back in the day, so I didn't even have to buy those, which is cool. So I'm just gonna use that. I found my old sewing kit, so we're pretty set. And thankfully I have an old pair of Pointe shoes, literally from high school, which was 2016 I graduated. I'm 25 now, so it's been a while. Funny, when I was going into work, I actually saw this random flyer posted about dance classes, specifically ballet classes, that were happening in some studio nearby. And I just thought to myself, I have not danced ballet in so long, but in my heart, I want to do it so badly. And I'm like, why don't I just look up a class and go to it? And so I did. I got to researching and see, I'm from this area that I've lived in. All the studios around here I knew. And so coming back from college, I had this thing about, I guess, not dancing at the same places where I did back in high school, because I also danced in college. I got a degree in dance as well as a degree in biology. I've been working as a research tech in a lab. I haven't really been focused as much on dance, but that's what I wanted to do after college. I had always intended on going into something in the sciences, so I'm super happy about my decision to do that, and I've grown so much. And I'm in the process of publishing a paper for my research, so all that has been great. But the one thing that I do regret is not getting back into dance classes, especially because there are so many studios in this area, and ones that I know have good training because they're the places I danced in high school. But the thing is, I had a little chip on my shoulder. I was like, I don't want to go back to the places I danced at in high school after, you know, doing the whole college dance thing. It felt like taking a step back for me, but in reality, it was just my ego. It was my ego worrying about what other people thought about me. I realize now that that was not the best way to go about things, and I would have been so much happier if I would have just come back from college and started taking dance classes. I had my first ballet class since taking my huge break 2 Wednesdays ago, and of course I saw multiple people that I had danced with back in high school, but they were so happy to see me. And it was like, after all these years, it'd be like, oh my gosh, like, it's so great to see you after all this time has passed. Like, what are you up to? All that type of stuff. So, like, it was a good experience overall, and I could have had that so much earlier, but instead, I let my ego get the best of me. Anyway, we're over with that now, and we're getting back into it, and I'm very happy about it. I honestly miss this so much though. Like, I cannot believe I denied myself of ballet for like 4 years. Actually, I'm surprised at how easily this is coming back to me. I feel like I'll probably sew these up pretty quickly. I'm about to stab myself in the middle. you can see, it's already pitch black out, but it's probably only around like 6 o'clock or so. I live in Michigan, so real cold, real snowy, real gloomy this time of year. And let me tell you, I am so ready to get out of here. But thankfully, in about 4 or 5 months, I'll be getting out of here. I've been waiting for this for a really long time, and the time has finally come. Look at that. Elastic's done in one shoe. We're like 1/4 of the way there. I think one thing that I'm trying to incorporate more is creativity just in general in my life, which dance is one of those, but also before I started getting back into dance, I also was getting back into art in more of the traditional mediums like watercolor, acrylic, like charcoal, that type of stuff. And I started a more consistent art practice a few years ago, but last year was really when I started getting into it. And I almost think that that was my way of tapping into the more creative side of me that I was like yearning to have in my life, because I wasn't dancing anymore. And so that type of art felt more attainable, I guess. So I started doing traditional art, and that has been really great too, because when I was a kid, I really liked taking art classes, but I never really focused on it a whole lot. When I got older, and especially in college, like I didn't really do anything with traditional art mediums in college, but since graduating, I've found myself getting more into that, and that has been really fun as well. Because I feel like throughout my whole life growing up, I had always had a nice balance of things. Like obviously in grade school, I was going to school all day, and then typically I would have dance classes in the evenings, like pretty much all day after school, as well as on the weekends, because I danced in a ballet company, so we had rehearsals and stuff. And even in college, I had that too, because I also majored in dance, so I was taking technique classes during the day, I was dancing every day, but then I also had my other academic classes. So I still had that balance in my life. But then once I got out of college and, got a real job, I lost that balance that had always been built into my life. And it was a bit of a struggle for me. Like I didn't really know how to go about it. I think I just ignored it for a long time. And gradually as the years progressed, I started to realize that it just wasn't working for me. Like I needed to find some sort of creative outlet to truly make me happy. And so that's when I started getting more into traditional art mediums. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, why am I not taking advantage of the dance opportunities around me? So now it's like the start of this year, getting back into regular ballet classes. Like, I feel like I'm just living my best life now, and I'm so excited to keep continuing with it. All right, finally finished them. Here they are. Well, thanks guys for sticking along. I hope you enjoyed this little get to know me while I sew my Pointe shoes. If you made it to the end, drop a Pointe shoe emoji in the comments so I know